These are some of the world's funniest signs that actually exist. If you hit this sign, you will hit that bridge. Perfect, a pre-crash courtesy notice. At this point, the only thing missing is a follow-up sign that says, told you so. Imagine standing at the edge of a field weighing your life choices like an Olympic sprinter at the starting line. Then you spot the sign. Do not cross this field unless you can do it in 9 seconds because the bull can do it in 10. Oh great, so it's less of a warning and more of a personal challenge. Nothing like a bit of high-stakes cardio to make you rethink your shortcut. There's a specific moment in life when you look around and realize, yeah, things have changed. And this sign spells it out perfectly. I was normal 3 cats ago. That's the universal unit of measurement for when you fully transition into a cat person. 1 cat, cute. 2, adorable. 3, you're discussing mortgage payments with them. And 4, they legally own the house. There are 2 kinds of pool rules, the ones people ignore and the ones that come with a passive-aggressive joke to guilt trip you into following them. Please shower before entering the pool. Seems reasonable, right? But then right below it, they hit you with, welcome to our ool. Notice there's no pee in it. Let's keep it that way. That's not just a request, that's a thinly veiled threat. Someone has definitely peed in this pool before, and management is 1 incident away from installing a full interrogation room next to the lifeguard stand. Nothing builds confidence in a language policy like ambiguity. Si habla español most of the time, so Spanish will be spoken except, when it's not. Maybe it depends on the time of day, the alignment of the planets, or whether the person at the counter feels like dealing with their grammar mistakes. Ah yes, the unintended masterpiece of sign placement. Someone really should have double checked before putting up this one, because now it looks less like hold on to your child and more like toss them if they act up. Parenting just got a whole lot more efficient. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes the reason is you're stupid and make bad decisions. Wow, talk about a reality check. I mean, we've all had those oops moments, but this sign isn't holding back. It's basically telling you that your bad decisions aren't a cosmic mistake, they're just, your fault. Happy Valentine's. Bring your girlfriend 20% off, bring your wife 40% off, bring both at the same time, free. So hold up, they're basically saying if you show up with both, you get the entire meal for free? I mean, do they even have a waiver for that level of chaos? This is the restaurant version of Live Dangerously. Oh, okay, we're going with the every breath you take lyrics, huh? First off, major stalker vibes, right? But then, bam, the plot twist, the CCTV camera staring you down. They aren't even trying to hide at this point, are they? Like, it's not creepy enough with the song lyrics, but they're actually reminding you that they're keeping an eye on you 24/7. If I'm being real, this sign kind of makes me want to start singing the song with a slightly less chill vibe. This is a clever one. So we got a sign calling out speeding ticket haters, and the solution is raise your right foot, as if that's gonna magically stop the tickets from coming. I mean, sure, it's a funny way to distract you from the fact that the real solution is slowing down, but hey, if it works for you, I'm not judging. Just don't forget to stretch before your next drive. Taco emergency. Now that's a situation I think we can all relate to, but wait, what's this? Call 911. Did they just mix up 911 with a taco hotline? Forget 911. If I'm hungry, my life might just depend on some guac and a burrito. Sarcasm is a body's natural defense against stupid. So according to this sign, every time we roll our eyes or drop a snarky comment, we're basically just protecting our brains from stupidity. I'm here for it. Makes me feel a lot less guilty about my daily sarcasm overload. A true statement of priorities. If I saved all the money I spent on beer, I'd spent it on beer. Look, who needs savings when you got good taste in drinks, right? The logic here is flawless. Why would you want to save when you can invest in liquid happiness? Classic move. It's too cold to change the sign. Honestly, I respect honesty here. Who wants to brave the elements just to update a sign? Props to whoever decided that frozen fingers weren't worth the effort of swapping a few words around. Prioritize comfort first, update later. Forbidden. And yet we have a person casually snapping a selfie on the toilet. I guess there's a fine line between self-expression and, well, personal privacy. We got a road sign here that's basically a riddle wrapped in confusion. A round arrow pointing right in a circle, and then inside that, another arrow pointing left, also in a circle. Like, is this the sign equivalent of asking you to go in 2 directions at once? I feel like we're about to get stuck in some time loop where we keep driving in circles and never really get anywhere. This one's a game changer. So basically, we got a door with a price list. $50 per minute just to listen to whatever you're selling, preaching, or asking for donations. And get this, if you dare ring that doorbell or knock, you just agreed to this premium service. This household is really putting a price on peace and quiet, huh? If you're not prepared to pay for your pitch, you better turn around because they're not offering free listening sessions anytime soon. Alright, now we got a sign that's keeping things vague. It's basically telling you to be on high alert for, well, anything. Just beware. Like, is there a secret danger lurking around? A rogue squirrel? A mysteriously misplaced ladder? The sign isn't offering any clues. It's just here to let you know that something is up and you should probably start looking over your shoulder. Prison area. Do not pick up hitchhikers. Look, I'm all for helping out a traveler, but if the hitchhiker is coming from here, I'm gonna pass on the kindness today. Maybe it's just me, but if someone's looking for a ride in a prison zone, they've probably got more on their mind than just a lift to the next town. Danger. Bargains ahead. Okay, so we're not talking about an actual fire hazard, but the potential for some serious chaos. The sign features two women duking it out over a bag, and honestly, I don't know if they're fighting for the last one or just battling for bragging rights. Either way, it's clear that the only thing that's more intense than the fight itself is the thrill of that insane sale. So if you're planning to check out these dangerous deals, you might want to bring some backup and maybe a helmet. The Procrastination Workshop. At least they're living up to their name. The sign starts off all confident. 6 p.m. today, only to hit you with the plot twist, postpone. You've got to love the irony here. Why rush into something on time when you can delay and still be true to the art of procrastination? Honestly, this might be the most relatable event ever. Keep an eye on the rescheduled day, or don't, no pressure. Right, the classic "thank you for driving carefully" sign, right before you see the action shot of what happens when you don't follow the advice. Kinda feels like the sign is giving you a polite round of applause, followed by a, well, this is awkward. Rough road, fasten bra straps and remove dentures. Now, this sign really lets you know what's coming. Forget slow down or bumpy road, this one's all about survival. Ever wondered how hard it is to keep people from trying to open a door that clearly won't budge? Well, apparently this place has the answer. If door does not open, do not enter. A simple and straightforward rule, thank goodness. It's like a gentle reminder not to play tug of war with a stubborn door. We've all had that one moment where you keep pulling, pushing, or twisting, only to realize maybe the door is just not into us today. Imagine a world where taxes are as simple as teaching kids to share. This sign gets it. Teach your kids about taxes. Eat 30% of their ice cream. It's a perfect metaphor for life's little lessons. Nothing says life's unfair like watching your ice cream shrink by a third while you're told it's for the greater good. Just imagine the look on their faces when you explain, this is what taxes feel like. Ever feel like a sign is giving you life advice wrapped in a warning? This one does just that. Drive slow and see our city. Drive fast and see our jail. It's like the city's own way of saying, relax, take it all in, while also reminding you that the speed limit isn't just a suggestion, it's a well-meaning threat. So take a leisurely cruise and enjoy the sights, or speed through and make some new friends behind bars. Your choice, but I think the city would prefer you take the scenic route. I mean, who doesn't trust the opinion of some guy who likes burgers, right? This sign is practically a humble brag claiming to be the best burger in town based on the highly credible endorsement of someone who may or may not be an expert, but definitely enjoys a good patty. Well, they definitely weren't trying to hide it, were they? Crappy apartments. Talk about setting expectations right from the start. It's like they're giving you a preview of what you're in for, no illusions here. The name says it all, really. If you end up living there, at least you can say, hey, I was warned, and there's no confusion about the condition of the place. Awesome, now we're combining two life-altering decisions into one convenient package, huh? Marriage and pistol licenses. I mean, why not throw in a bonus coupon for a trust issue seminar while we're at it? Need a little shot of courage for that walk down the aisle? This place has you covered. Ever wondered if a road sign could be both a warning and a clever trap? Well, here you go. Watch out, cops hide behind this sign. Surprise, behind the sign is an actual police car. Looks like the sign isn't just telling you to be careful, it's giving you the heads up that the fuzz is already watching. So next time you think you're slipping through unnoticed, think again. Keep left, but wait for it, it's pointing right. Is this a clever strategy to test your sense of direction or just an evil prank from the road sign industry? Either way, it's giving you an existential crisis on the spot. Do you follow the sign's words or its arrows? Someone's getting confused here, and it's probably you. Here's something you don't see every day. Minnesota state law strictly prohibits underwater smoking. Now, I'm not sure what kind of aquatic adventures we're having in Minnesota, but I think we've officially crossed into some next level weirdness. Maybe there's a secret underground aquatic smokers club we didn't know about. Tent poles are not for dancing. Please find alternative ways to disappoint your father. Honestly, who knew tent poles had such a strict policy against impromptu dance moves? But I have to admire the honesty here. Sometimes it's not about the tent, it's about the deep existential family disappointment. So go ahead, find some other creative way to let down dad. This is one way to set expectations. Hot beer, lousy food, bad service. Welcome. Honestly, they're being way more upfront than most places, and then they throw in the cherry on top. Don't talk about yourself, we'll do that after you leave. Guess it's a dining experience with a side of honesty and some questionable hospitality. We've got a whole new level of weirdly specific here. Please check under your cars for penguins. Not sure I'd even start looking for penguins in a parking lot, but hey, I guess you can't be too careful. I'm picturing some little penguin family just chilling under your car, hoping no one notices. Maybe there's a secret penguin mafia going on. Better check just to be safe. Now this is some classic street sign irony. You've got Electric Avenue with all the promise of high voltage excitement, but then right underneath it's like no outlet. Talk about a bait and switch. A little shocking, really. This sign is giving off some serious, don't tell me how to live my life energy. honestly. Opening the box from this side, okay, you do you. The box is like the passive-aggressive life coach we never even asked for. Stay off the tracks, they are only for trains. If you can read this, you're not a train. The sign's really laying it out there, just in case someone got confused and thought they were about to get their new train driver license. It's like, hey buddy, unless you've got wheels that can go 60 miles an hour on steel, maybe just take the sidewalk for a change. Well, here's a plot twist for your road trip. Next 3 kilometers, Batman ahead. So what, is he patrolling the highway now? I can't decide if I'm excited to meet him or if I should just be worried that Gotham's finest is just casually hanging out near my exit. This is a sign you definitely don't ignore. Slow your ass down. The road is giving you a no-nonsense warning, and honestly, who can blame him? With all those sharp, twisty turns coming up, it's not the time to pretend you're in a race. If you don't take it easy, you might just end up turning your life into a snake-like shape. Am I getting older, or is the supermarket finally playing great music? This sign is all of us having that existential crisis while grabbing our apples and eggs. Like, is it just a nostalgia kicking in, or have they actually upgraded from elevator tunes to something worth jamming to while browsing the cereal aisle? Either way, I'm here for it. Before we work on artificial intelligence, why don't we do something about natural stupidity? I mean, I get it. Sometimes we feel like we've made huge leaps in tech, yet that common sense side of things is still lagging behind. Maybe we should fix a few things in the human department before we go on to creating machines that can outsmart us. Although, if AI is watching, I really hope it doesn't take this as an insult. The classic emergency protocol. In case of fire, do not use elevator. But then, of course, someone adds their personal touch with use water. Now, I'm all for improvising, but that's definitely not what the fire department had in mind. I mean, I get it, water's the obvious answer when it comes to putting out fires, but maybe let's not try turning the elevator into a water slide. Could get a little too interesting. Dinosaurs didn't read, now they're extinct. Coincidence? Oof, I see what you're doing here, trying to turn reading into a life or death choice. I mean, it's a strong point, right? Imagine if T-Rex had picked up a book or two on survival instead of, well, whatever dinosaurs did when they weren't fighting each other. Dining area, crisp and juicy, customers only. Well, okay, this sign's clearly got a very specific vibe going on. I'm guessing if you're not packing that fresh out the oven energy, you're not getting a seat at this table. But hey, if you're in the mood to be extra crispy, whether that's in attitude, appearance, or your order, this might be the spot for you. Okay, well, this is a very interesting sign. It starts with a clear no in red, followed by some blue text, which, oops, if you ignore that one important word, it looks like the sign's giving you the green light to strangle the dancers. Yeah, that's definitely a wuss moment for the sign maker, but just to clarify, they definitely meant the opposite. So let's keep the dancers safe and save the strangling for your overcooked spaghetti at home, alright? We got a personal favorite of mine here. Becoming a vegetarian is a huge mistake. This sign's got some serious meat-loving energy, and I'm here for it. This is a sign you don't see every day. A car driving along a mountain only to be gobbled up by a dragon coming over the peak. First of all, I've got to wonder, why aren't we putting these dragons on the insurance policies? Imagine the kind of premiums you'd be paying if your car is in danger of being eaten by fire-breathing creatures. But in all seriousness, it's a reminder to always be cautious on the road and maybe invest in some dragon insurance while you're at it. If you think women are the weaker sex, try pulling the blankets back to your side. Look, I've been there. Nothing says strength like the battle for the covers in the middle of the night. Honestly, you might think you've got the upper hand, but before you know it, she's got that blanket locked down like a pro. It's a delicate dance of stealth, strategy, and a little bit of who's the real boss here. Ever wondered what happens when you mess with a crocodile or a snake at the zoo? Well, here's your answer. Those who throw objects at the crocodiles or snakes will be asked to retrieve them. Yep, it's not just the animals you have to worry about, but your own dignity too. Honestly, who even thinks throwing things at dangerous reptiles is a good idea in the first place? Confused about the parking situation? Well, you're not alone. 2-hour parking, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you're planning to park here, make sure your watch is synced up with this exact window of time. No more, no less. It's like a parking game show, but the prize is, well, not getting a ticket. Just make sure you got a good timer set or you'll be winning a fine. This just goes to show that there are so many ridiculous signs to cover. For even more funny signs, make sure to subscribe and click on another video to keep on laughing. We'll see you in the next video.